Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Flash, and this is Season 1, Episode 14, called Fallout. So with this episode, it's the part 2 of this two-part story arc for Firestorm, learning a little bit more about his abilities, and did he survive in the end of Episode 13? He does survive, and Caitlin and Ronnie have the opportunity to kind of hang out with each other for a whole day, and they're able to be separate. Martin's able to do his thing, but they realize that they have to come back together and become Firestorm again when the government is trying to chase them. And Wells has his hand in this situation also. We don't know his exact motives, but you know, he's Reverse Flash. So that's pretty much what this whole episode's about. And secondary plot is, well, there's two secondary plots. One, Flash, and I was about to say Arrow. Barry is trying to figure out more about his mother's murder, which has been a whole season story anyways, and he's learning bit by bit that he is able to time travel and what exactly that means. And then Iris's part is that we actually see the Iris West of the comic books being very journalistic and wanting to find out more about Star Labs and not taking Star Labs as face value, and even her friends as face value. So does that mean harm to Barry, or does that just mean harm to Star Labs in general? So what do I think about this episode as a whole? I thought this was a fun episode, and again, finally, not a villain of the week episode. It actually continues this Firestorm story, which is a shame that they're going to end it for now, but I totally understand it because this is not called Firestorm, the TV show. It is called Flash. So I understand why they would put Firestorm on the shelf for a little while. For Caitlin's sake, I'm a little upset. I want to see her with Ronnie. But I'm sure we'll see Firestorm again. Maybe not this couple of episodes, but maybe like towards the end. I have a feeling we'll see him this season though. Maybe, but I felt like it was a bit of an excuse, like, oh, we have to learn our powers. Sorry, Caitlin, you gotta stay here. Or at least Martin's wife. It's like, why does Martin's wife have to stay in the city? She could end up going with them. I understand the whole Caitlin situation. It's like, oh, well, you have to work with Star Labs, and I have to figure this out, so we'll be separate for a little while. And I guess I buy it, but I was a little upset at the same time that they had to separate. But it did make sense the way they did it. But yeah, the Firestorm story I thought was done very well. I love that they really put the comic onto the screen here, especially when they actually control Firestorm, where Martin's voice is in Ronnie's head. I thought was done perfectly because that really does happen in the comics, where you get to see the outside word bubble of the other person. So they did that so well. So I think if you're a hardcore Firestorm fan or just a DC fan in general, you'll be very happy with that. And I thought that was very well told. Also, Iris. I was very happy with Iris here. She felt like the comic book Iris that I think we've all been looking for, because she is going journalism side of herself and not trusting Star Labs. But then I think that also worries audiences. How quickly is she going to find out that Barry is the Flash? Do we want that? Or it will be the same situation as Arrow, people getting upset that everyone knows Oliver's secret identity. For me personally, I like when people know the identity of the hero, because I just think that gives restraints on the character that doesn't know and just like pretty much prolongs that character. So especially on Iris's part. So I'm curious to see where they'll go with that. Maybe like Eddie could be the character that doesn't know. I think Iris as a character would be better if she did know the secret. So I don't know. I think maybe by season 1 or the beginning of season 2, Iris might find out that Barry's Flash, especially she's digging in a lot more here to Star Labs. Also, the ending with Gorilla Grodd was awesome. I think the effects here were great, and not knowing Wells's motives at all. I was watching this with my parents, and my mom's like, he's not a nice guy. What's going on with him? And, you know, in my mind, you can't really dig into Wells's mind because you don't have enough information about Wells. Very kind of Malcolm Merlin type thing going on because you really just don't know what direction that character is going. And that's what I'm excited about more for season 1 is digging into Wells, which I think after the hiatus, we're going to dig into more of his character, which I think is great. And I think they're introducing the other villains very well too, and other heroes that they can introduce them, mention them, and then shelf them until they become a bigger part. And I think a good example of that is Gorilla Grodd and now Firestorm. I'm a little upset that we have a hiatus until March 17th. That makes me really upset, but hey, we have to wait, get some good episodes coming. But I'll have another review for Flash when it does return, March 17th. I think we have to wait about a month. That's crazy. So 4 weeks until another Flash episode. But hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also in the description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.